told us there would be, they're taking a hard stance on rice importation, and so Nigerian farmers would benefit from that, and would have local rice. Nigerians accepted local rice. Give us a local rice. If the local rice is available, we would buy. We won't even buy it. Let it be available. Let it be, cost effective. But then even the local rice cannot be afforded right now by many Nigerians. With prices going up to over 40,000 naira, at this point, when Nigerians naturally used to buy rice at the time before this administration came in with the Anchor Borrower scheme, which was supposed to empower farmers to produce rice and flood the Nigerian markets with local rice so that Nigerians would no longer have to buy foreign rice, and Nigerian farmers would also make money. But these days, today was the reality. Big shout out to the administration. They say the second Niger Bridge will be opened from the 15th of December. Isn't that something that we should be grateful for? People say, those who are doing business in Onitsha, Delta State and the likes, business people and Nigerian commuters in general will be able to make use of the second Niger Bridge between now and December and the new year. After the new year, it will be completed. It says it's about 95% complete, and so within the next few days, you will be able to apply the second Niger Bridge. But then after the whole festivities, it might be shut down again so that the work can be complete. Now, this is just to say, while some things may not be working, some others may be working. What do you make of the situation? Looking at the 7 years, the entire 7 years of the APC administration, and the fact that it's conversing to come back to power. Looking at all those indices, the numbers, and the realities, because it seems like the numbers that we get, the official numbers that we get, seem to differ from the realities of Nigerians. As a Nigerian, now let's try as much as we can to be objective. Let's try as much as we can to be objective. In the UK, there is crisis. The UK people are saying, look, don't blame this crisis or the economic crisis on Russia-Ukraine war and all that stuff. Don't do that, because as it is, the cost of living in the US is going high, taxation is going up, everything is just, and the UK people are complaining. Nigerian government says we're not the only ones. This is not unique to us. There's global inflation, and so it's not peculiar to us. This is not just us alone dealing with this. As a Nigerian, with the way the things are going, especially with the new policy, I've heard people complain about it a lot, saying small businesses would suffer, a lot of businesses would crash because of the new withdrawal policy. I'm just bringing everything out to you. Some others are saying, let's embrace this. Let's welcome this. In advanced climes, if we want to be like those countries, maybe we should begin to practice and do the things that they do. Let's embrace. Let's look at this policy and welcome it and look at it from a positive perspective. There are positives to it. Maybe we should give it a try. And then when it doesn't work, we can begin to complain. All of this I'm bringing to you this morning. Join the conversation 09073530044 and 09087668888. That is 09073530044 and 09087668888. They say go better. How long would it take for it to get better? I'd love to hear. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Prince, I greet you.
Good morning, son of the Prince. Welcome.
Thank you, my brother. You see, I'm just listening to one radio station before tuning to your station. The same topic what they are discussing, because they are taking almost the airway, and they are calling a lot of Nigerians in diaspora to share their thoughts towards this cashless policy. And they said, one come from Japan. He said, how you want to withdraw your money, you spell it out from the day you want to open your account. How you want to. It's your right to spell it the way you want. There's no limit. You understand? If you want to withdraw 10 million, 100 million, no limit in that. You understand? If you want to do transfer, e-transfer, it's no limit for that. So it's not, then if you don't spell it out and you go to ATM and want to withdraw, that very amount you need, because you not spell it, it will not come at once. You do transaction like 3 times, before you get the exact amount you want. Someone from Spain share the same thing too. Someone from America share the same thing too. There's no, when you go to the banking hall to withdraw, there's no limitation. You withdraw as you want. In the ATM, you spell how you want your money to be withdrawn at the ATM. You understand? So anybody telling you that it happens in other clients, that we should embrace it. CBN governor should verify well how it is done in other clients. You understand? That how you want your money to be withdrawn is you that will spell it out the way you want it. Not making it compulsory. Look, this is my money, for God's sake.
The thing is, Sonny the Prince, don't you think that we would start off somewhere and then we eventually get to where these countries are? This is a start.
Yeah.
You know, for me, this is the beginning of something that we're not used to. A lot of times it's hard for people to embrace change. So when we start off, eventually we'll get to that point. Don't you think? Because I've had this conversation with people and say, look, people can define how much their limits should be. But then we live in a society where we have a peculiar situation where if you say people should define what they want to do at this point, we would still continue to go around the same circle. You know, those who steal monies and and are diverting funds will continue to do the same. So why don't we cop this first, and then when we have a mindset change, then we can get to that point where you can define how much you want to withdraw every day.
Yeah, before I used to bank with Fidelity when things are still well, when things are still rosy. Sometimes I keep 10 million naira with Fidelity Bank. And I have project to execute. When they ask myself, why am I keeping money in the bank when I have project to execute? I invest in project. I use all the money in the bank to execute project. It's only when you have sufficient, that is when you dump it in the bank and you be lying low there. The reason you take your money to the bank is just for safety. Not that you don't need that money. You understand? Now I'm executing house project and I have 10 million at the bank. And what they need to finish my project is about 12 million there. Should I leave the money in the bank because my money is safer in the bank and I have project at hand? You understand? This policy, CBN is trying to discourage people not to put their money in the bank. Because you cannot dump money.
The policy is one that would encourage monies to stay in the bank because if you don't have to, if you can't withdraw a lot of cash, your money would be in the bank and you would have to, do transactions, electronically.
Let me make you understand that. If you want to rent a house, you want to rent a house and it's urgent you need to rent this house, and the one required for you to rent this house is about 1.2 million naira. And you have about 1.3 million naira in the bank. Would you go and withdraw your 1.2 million naira to solve problem?
Do you have to withdraw? Do you have to withdraw? What they're saying is just do the electronic transfer. Transfer the monies from your bank. You can go to your bank and say transfer this so and so amount to so and so person, and that's done.
Let me tell you something. Thank God you are in the system. You understand? The bank system should be functionable first, should be effective first before we invent into it.
Okay.
Sometimes you do transfer of person for 3 days, they have not received their alert. Sometimes you go to ATM to withdraw money, ATM machine swallow your card. You'll be stranded. And bank will tell you for 14 working days before they will return back your money. And you can't leave, and you don't have other alternative. Sometimes you transfer money for person, the person will keep you for his shop until he sees alert. If the alert lasts for 3 days, you remain there until he sees it. Okay. They need to make it effective first. Make sure that once you transfer and there's a delay, they return back your money. And it's once the bank starts working effectively, this area CBN governor should look into. How would the system be effective?
Okay.
Then before implementing policy, you want to keep people on a standstill. Look at what we're going through. I wanted to get people in my account. I walked to banking hall. I spent 4 hours before it could get to my turn. On reaching to my turn, they told me their network is bad. For them to print a statement account for me, because someone transfer money, I've not seen the money, and he's claiming that the money is in my bank. And this I wasted the whole day without achieving anything. And you want us to go into this policy? For me, the policy is okay, but let them make the bank effective first.
Okay.
And after that, the denomination is so poor. It's so poor. How can somebody be, withdraw? At least the maximum of 1 million naira is enough. Like we that do large business. Maximum of 1 million naira in a week. It's okay. 100,000 naira. Are we doing a Akara business? Are we doing a petty trader business? It's only for the people that don't have money that they don't feel, they are not feel, they are afraid of what the policy that is going on. Some
Okay.
people that transact in millions. I mean, for me, they made them respect themselves at the very this morning.
Thank you very much, Sonny the Prince. No vex. Thank you very much for calling. Another caller is here. Hello, good morning. Oh, yes, I've missed you. In fact, there's Beth for you this morning. How have you been?
I'm fine.
Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. What are your thoughts? Oh, yes. Mm.
Now, from one problem to the other, I need to face this Nigeria. International. You know when they said they should return everybody the new Naira note, new Naira design, and the old ones will go inside and the new ones will come outside. I don't notice a monkey just land.
Okay.
International. This thing is to the benefit of the APC.
How
Hold
so?
on, let me tell you.
How? Tell me.
Hold on. Why the central bank and the presidency want to redesign Naira, and the minister in charge of money, currency, whatever, minister of finance, whatever, said he don't know anything about it. Now, you ask everybody to return their money, they have returned the money. The people in power now are these same people. Now, if you want to implement this thing, let it start now. So we will now know that, yes, you are doing it for the betterment of whoever. Do you know that 20,000 naira is not enough for medical bills now? You are even transferring money in the hospital, it's not going, your people are dying. Not to talk of when you now put in nothing, you are putting policy of 20,000 naira a day. So that look at people that now money will be killing people now, let me start this again. And thanks to federal government who did not even think of the masses. Because before you need to come, when I don't travel out. Before you get headache, when I don't travel out. When are you going to get things right? If you are going to get things right, you're coming up with something that will bring us down. Who are you copying? Nobody. In the United States Church, there are people who can withdraw millions in a day. And where you say, okay, the maximum in Nigeria is 1 million. You know, say that 1 million maximum for Nigeria and for the poor people. Big men. Now money that will carry money come meet for house. What are we saying for crying out loud? Are you people pay up? And this time I'm saying, I tell you to see, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes before you go. Yes, you cannot see. Look at now. Yes. Government that cannot give job. Yes, is giving people at least half of eating twice a day. So when you do that now, people cannot even withdraw much cash like that. What will happen to those people that are doing business? If we call bandits, if we call kidnapping, we still not agree. Please, let's think about this thing. Oh, yes, from later.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much for lending your voice to the conversation. Now, I've also heard people say this whole thing is just so that governments would have more money to tax, so that they will be able to tax, the monies in your account and tax you for every transfer that you do, just like the taxes and the commissions that it take for every transfer that's done. And while the NNPC, for instance, has not contributed a quarter, has not contributed a dime to the federation account in the last over 4 months now, or 5, that the federal government is looking for other means to make money off of Nigerians who may not have, who are struggling to survive. And so when their monies are in their account, they get money to tax. They're able to, make deductions from your account. That's an argument. And they say, look, this is not about any cashless policy. After all, we don't even have electricity, 24 hours electricity. Why would we be thinking about a cashless, society? We'll be talking more about that. Let's bring in this caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my friend. Good morning.
Good morning, Paul. How are you today?
I'm fine, my friend. My friend, you see, I don't know whether when government bring out policy, they want to test run it, they will listen to feedback. So that if there are areas they need to recheck, they will recheck and then set up to implement. Now, when they started this cashless policy, there were states that were designated for laws. You understand, to test run it. Now, you are bringing up this program. It's something very small. Now, you know, what can you place with one limit of 100,000 in a week? People will affect a lot of things, including health. There are some places you go to, maybe you are rushing to get drugs or something like that. So you won't be able to transfer, you won't be able to get cash to give, and then you are left stranded. You transfer, you keep waiting for AG. And then, like, part of the services we were talking about, the banks are supposed to improve upon. Now you make a transfer, you are debited, the person does not get it, they will say you have to go and loan before that money is reversed. You know, a lot of services, those are the things that central bank should know that it's a banker to the banker. No, they should also be looking at policies that they have brought out in the past that have direct bearing on the people. This policy, okay, why not to make it like 1 million or do it, let it start of a particular number that people will not really feel the negative part of it. Then you start, from there you can reduce. That's how you start punishing. It's not that when you start punishing, then later you now start increasing. No. You start from say, then you now reduce. People now by those days, you now be reducing it gradually. Now people are aware that this is what we're supposed to go through, or this is what we're supposed to do. Because of the progression of that policy.
Okay.
I don't see that as the issues that will be adding problems to us, frustration everywhere. They are making our ranking drop on Nigerian being the most affected people on the earth. Everything has dropped. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Paul, for calling. I appreciate your thoughts. But look, sometimes it's just good to have an open mind, okay? Not all policies are bad policies, especially when we haven't tried them. So I liked somebody who said, let's first embrace this and, try it. When it doesn't work, then we can complain. We're looking at this now, maybe because the way we're saying it, maybe it's because we haven't really tried it, and maybe when we try it, it will seem different. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yana Shawty Prince.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, how's work, my brother?
Work is good. What's your name?
Yeah, this is first time caller. This is Onyeka calling from Suleja.
Onyeka, thank you for joining our family. We're glad you're here, Onyeka.
Thank you.
Good to join.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying your radio station. In fact, it's my favorite radio station.
Another bell for you there. Another one for you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Concerning this new policy from the Central Bank of Nigeria, I think the policy seems to be okay. But just like one of the callers have said, there are some things that government need to put in place before venturing into this very policy.
Mm-hmm.
You see, these are not working. They should first of all, put things in place. We have to start from the top to the top, from the bottom to the top. Look at, there is no road in Nigeria. There is no electricity. There is no water. There is no light. Hospital no day. You see, there are many things that government needs to do first. After doing it, we the masses should be the people that we be disturbing them to bring this cashless policy of the thing. You understand me? So let them start from somewhere. Let them start from the things that the average masses of Nigeria need first. All these things are secondary. You see, all these are secondary. As long as I'm concerned, this policy is going to favor them. They are the one that will enjoy this very policy, because all these big men and politicians, you can't tell me that they will adhere to this current new development. They will just walk into the bank and ask manager to give me 2 billion or 3 billion. You see, so that has been the corruption there in Nigeria.
Okay.
It's we, just like the other former callers have said, that the masses will be enjoying that. It's only the pharmacists, that like it, but the people that are doing drug business cannot enjoy it because there is no any mechanism put in place. Just like this SMS, we will send money to person, we will take 3 days to receive alert. If the person does see alert, we will not release the goods you bought for him. You know, so let them do things first. Let them start from the scratch, from the bottom. Then we get to that level, we get to the bridge, we cross it. Everything will be easy in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right, Onyeka, thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you.
Program.
Kim being a big member of our family, I appreciate you joining in. Now, Oya said something that got me, speaking of, the health of Nigerians and how people can make payments in the hospitals, and because a lot haven't been, received, someone can actually pass from that. It got me thinking. That was very deep. That's quite deep, because we've seen situations where medical report, police report has led to the death of many people in Nigeria. Now, in the case where hospitals will not treat you until you made a deposit or you paid for certain drugs or medication, where you won't get them. If for any reason people are unable to make payments because of the failure of technological infrastructure or even electricity, it would mean that maybe, just maybe, more people may pass on account of delayed payments to hospitals and treatment facilities. That shouldn't be. So maybe, just maybe, such facilities should have special considerations. They should have special platforms for payments and all. I've seen a situation where I went to make a remitter payment. This whole single treasury accounts thing where you have to generate a remitter and all, and it took about 2 days or 3, if not, about 3 days to have, to generate the remitter and all that stuff, and payment was delayed. This was a time where I wanted to pay school fees. I wanted to pay for registration for my siblings, and to generate remitter was a problem. It took several days, about 2 days, to get that done before the payment was effected. And say if that was a hospital, for instance, where we wanted to make this payment and we had to wait that long, what would be the fate of the person? Anyway, now I have another big question. So if NNPC funds, where is all these monies that we're sharing coming from? Because if our biggest revenue earner